Hello, everyone, and welcome to our show. Today, we are honored to have the publisher of this very special book, Dare to Be Me Through Cancer. This is our launching date. We hope everybody will buy it. I want to introduce the publisher and also the co author and a survivor of cancer, my dear friend and sister, Dr. Angelica Benavides. Dr. Angelica Benavides is known as Dr. B, and she's the ultimate legacy builder. She increases visibility, exposure, and influence, helping entrepreneurs be all they can be. Dr. B's story has been written and shared worldwide by the Women's World Conference and Awards. She has been featured on NBC, USA Today, and Fox, and recognized as an amazing woman of influence, which she definitely is. She shared a global virtual stage with Forbes Riley, Bill Walsh, Ragne Sinikas, and Dr. Freddy Behin. Dr. B has also received a Lady of All Nations Award, 100 Successful Women Award, and a Superhero Award. Dr. B shows women entrepreneurs how to scale their businesses. She teaches them how to become financially literate and how to use financial knowledge to make better decisions from everyday spending to long-term financial planning. Throughout this chapter, in bold words, excuse me, Dr. B will share her key recipes to help you share your mission with millions. So let's have her come in now. And I want to say a personal thing before she starts talking. Will you join us, Dr. B?
Yes,
There she is.
yay.
Listen, as the editor of this amazing book, even though I'm not a co-author, I did write your foreword, and you did honor my late husband, who passed away 6 days after he was diagnosed with cancer. So I didn't write a chapter, but you posted the most beautiful memorial for him. So I thank you for that. That wasn't necessary, but thank you. You are my true sister, and I love you dearly. And so this lady is so genuine, and this book is so amazing, and she wanted to create this book to honor people that are survivors of cancer and to honor the families of those who have lost loved ones. So I hope everybody will read this book, and she's going to tell you more about it. So take over, tell us your story and why you created this book and why it's so important to you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for introducing me. And I just want to say that this book means the world to me. It took us about 2 years because I was finding and looking for authors that had a story that would be impactful and that we can provide hope. And yes, we would shed some tears when you're reading the book, but at the same time, we bring a little laughter into the book and a smile into your hearts. The reason I wrote this book was because I was diagnosed with cancer, and I had another incident before I was diagnosed with cancer. I was doing Zumba and my intestines twisted like 6 inches. So I nearly died there too. And I had so many episodes of illness for about 7 years. And the whole struggle and being in dark moments and sometimes wanting to give up and sometimes not having hope. And yes, I had a lot of support, a lot of people that loved me and cared for me, but yet sometimes you still feel alone even if you have them, because you feel as a person that has cancer or illness that you're the only one. But I'm here to remind everybody that's going through some type of dark moments, it's like you're not the only one. This book has several authors that have experienced some type of cancer. Now, 1.9 million people in a year will be diagnosed with some type of cancer. So you're not alone. We're here to tell you that we love you, that we care for you. We're going to share the moment when we were diagnosed with cancer and how we reacted or not reacted, because sometimes we go into shock. And then the medicine or the treatments that we took, and not because we want you to do it, it's because we want to give you an idea on things that we did that helped us. Now, I did freaking crazy things that you need to read the chapter, because it was really crazy things. Now, I don't know if they helped, but here's the thing that I tried. I tried everything. I tried both Western and I tried alternative medicine. And I tried because one of my sons, Jorge, was like, Mom, you need to try everything. And if you don't, I'm going to be so upset. So I just felt that I needed to go out and try everything because they were very young when I was diagnosed. And I really wanted to live for them and make a difference in their lives. So if you have cancer, we're here for you. We're several authors that you can connect with, any of us or all of us. And we're here for you. So the other thing is we're also talking about not only the treatments, but the aha moments and how we transform. Now, after and during cancer, I dared to be me, like really stepping into my courage. And we're telling those of you that don't have cancer, like, dare to be you. Don't wait to be sick. Like, dare to make that leap into that courageous you. Be you. You know, yes, you're going to be afraid. You're going to have uncertainties. You're going to have doubts. You're probably not going to have the skills or the knowledge on how to do it. But I'm here to tell you, then learn it. You know, right now, I thought I was a good dancer. You know, I thought I was a freaking good dancer. And when I started bachata and salsa recently, I discovered I'm not. Like, there's so many skills to dancing that I had to find teachers to teach me how to dance, because having cancer and losing my hair and my eyebrows and my lashes and having these battle scars, because I have battle scars now, you know, in my body, made me feel not sexy, not pretty, and not good enough in so many ways. So now being able to dance bachata and salsa has allowed me to step into a sensual bachata and in the energy of feeling sexy. And it's not that I'm sexy, but it's tapping into the energy of feeling sexy. And my next book is going to be called Sexy After Cancer, because in my whole life I never really ever thought of being sexy until after I had the surgeries and the battle scars that I call them. So I want to encourage you, especially, you know, all of you. But if you're a female or a male and you're feeling not sexy and you're feeling that you want to go into a relationship and you feel that you're not good enough, I'm here to tell you, you are good enough. You are beautiful. You just have to tap into that energy of being it and feeling it. So I'm going to bring my amazing friend again, Dr. Randy, in a minute. But the other thing that we talk about in the book is transformation and support, the support that we got from our family members, our loved ones. A lot of times you have the support. And even if we have all this amazing support, there's a moment in time that even if you have the support, you still feel alone and you feel empty, right? Because we don't want to fight the battle anymore. But when you, Iwa or Eva, you need to get in touch with her interview too. She talks about finding her soul path, and being able to be in touch with your soul path will help you find you again, even in the darkest moments. So being able to find yourself again is really important through this battle of cancer. And, you know, Dr. Randy, one of the things that I want to say that 1.9 million people will be diagnosed with cancer. And all these amazing authors, and even, you know, you experienced it, you know, as a wife, you lost your husband. My children experienced it with me. And then we're going to have Carlos Rene and the Ramirez tribe later on at 9:30, where the whole family is going to tell their story. And then we had Jeff Cade, who lost his mom and dad in the battle of cancer, right? We had the amazing Tamara Hunter, who experienced cancer, and then she created Chemo Buddies to support people going through chemo. And I also want to say that if you get this book that we just launched, like, you can buy books and take them to these oncology centers, because when we're sitting in chemo, we're sitting for 6 to 8 hours. And I know because Dr. Randy and I read and reread the chapters, and we
Yes.
teared up and we laughed
Yes.
and
And
we
we
had our
cried.
moments, right, Dr. Randy? So
Yes, we
don't you
did.
think it's going to help these clients, these patients that have chemo, they're sitting in chemo, reading the book will give them hope? Don't you think?
Yes. Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely. I want to say something else about you, please. I'm so glad you're not an angel in heaven, but you are definitely an angel on earth, honey.
Thank you.
And I want
Thank
everybody
you.
to recognize how hard you've worked on this book and how precious this book is. I mean, as we've said, I've read these stories again when I bought my new ebook today, and they're still just as amazing as the first 5 times we read them and edited them. They're just amazing. These women and these men have amazing way of telling their stories, and they're so powerful and so important and so helpful that you all have to read it. Even if you're not exposed to cancer right now, you might be. There's still great stories to tell you about survival, you know. And maybe you've survived in some other way from mental illness or depression or whatever. So we all go through our own battles, and theirs was cancer. And the
Mhm.
ones that survived are here to talk about it, and the ones that didn't, they're here to talk about the loved ones and what they went through. So
Yeah,
please buy this book. It's so amazing.
absolutely. Like, you don't have to be going through cancer. You see, this is the thing that all of us, one point in life, we go through dark moments, and we're lighting a
Mhm.
match in this book. We're lighting a match so that you can see, even if it's a small little tiny light at the end of the tunnel,
Right.
so that you can have that hope and say, okay, I think I can. I think I can. I don't know if you ever read that book. I think I can. You know, it's
Yes.
like that little engine that could. It's a little engine that had no strength, and all the other engines could not pull the trains. And this little train said, I think I can. I think I can. And
Mhm.
all the time he was like trying to climb and go up that hill, he kept saying to himself, I think I can. I think I can. And that's what we want you to say, is I think I can.
Right.
Because at the end, the little train said, I knew I could. I knew I could. I knew I
Mhm.
could.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what you're going to do at the end of the tunnel, like us, the ones that survived right now, and even the ones that we're honoring in this book. They also said at one point, I knew I could, because it's about living every moment and making that moment, every moment, count, as if it's your last day. Like, don't wait until I have cancer. Don't wait until you get sick.
Right.
Like, make every moment count. Right, Dr.
Yes.
Randy?
Yes. Mindset is half the battle. If you believe you're going to survive, you most likely will, you know? So,
Exactly.
I mean, I had a horrible accident. I had 4 trauma doctors. They told me I was a miracle, but I'm here to tell about it, you know? So, even
Exactly.
though I didn't have cancer, I had a near-death experience. So, we deal with what we have to deal with, and we have to stay strong and believe that God is with us and somehow we'll get through this. And if we don't, then it was our time to go, and we have to accept that too. And that's a difficult thing for most of us to do. I had to accept that about my husband,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm moving on because I promised him I would. So
Exactly. So
life is precious.
you'll be hearing from these other authors, and like I said, here's my amazing sister. Ah,
Yes,
that's our
yes.
family angel. You know, I have to really thank my sister Lourdes. Like, she was one of my healers. Like, she and Blanca were always there. Blanca was the night owl that was awake at night. And then Lourdes was the morning person. So she would cook for me. In fact, I mean, there was moments that she had to bathe me. I mean, I couldn't take a shower by myself or bathe or anything, because I couldn't even lift my arms, or I didn't have the strength.
Mm.
And she had to bathe me for a couple of years. So Lourdes, thank you. She's like my mother. I love her, you know. I love you so much, Lourdes, and I want to thank you for being there. And Blanca, whenever she shows up, she's always late, you know, but I love her because she was always there for me. She would show up to the hospital and it was like late. And I remember one time coming out of the anesthesia, and she was like, I wanted her there before, and then she showed up, and I'm like, you're late. Like, and she's like, I'm here, but she's always late. Anyways, I love her. So we want to remind you that go get this book. Like you could get it for Rotary clubs, the commerce clubs, the, any center that's out there. Go and get and buy books for people that are in the oncology centers. Like,
Right.
help us spread the word, and not spread the word, spread hope. Let's
Right.
spread hope around the world so that other people can, I don't know what my sister's saying, spread hope so that other people can keep going if they're in the battle or if they're in some type of cancer.
Right.
Look, coffee, I'm not going to mention places, but it costs like about $5 or $6 to buy coffee. So you're going to spend half or invest half of the coffee to get this ebook. And you're going to help someone. If it's not for you, then get it so you can gift it to somebody else.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
again, thank you all. And you have to go back and watch all the interviews that we had today. Like the whole day I've been going. And I want to thank Tamara, because
Yes.
Tamara and Dr. Randy have been behind the scene. You haven't seen their work, but they've been, it's not cancer we weren't battling cancer right now, but we were battling the interviews and the graphics
Right.
and the book and the whole thing. So thank you, Tamara. I love you so much, and I love all of you, but you two have been like,
We love you.
yeah,
We
like
love what we're doing.
there's times like I wanted to give up and I didn't want to do this book anymore. And Tamara is like, when is it going to be published? When? Give me a date. And I was like, I don't want to give you a date. Like, you know what? I was told that I might have cancer again, which was very scary. And I went through that doubt and uncertainty for about 4 months again. And I didn't want to publish the book. But I want to say Tamara was like really pushing me. And there was moments I was like, come on, Tamara, I can't do this. So I love you for that. And Dr. Randy, I go and cry to Dr. Randy's like,
Yeah.
I can't do this, Dr. Randy. She's like, it's okay.
We did it together, honey.
Yeah,
We did it
did
together. We made this book happen,
We
along
did
with
it.
all these amazing co-authors that shared their amazing stories, because it was hard for them.
Yeah,
But I think it was a healing process for some of them too,
it was.
to remember how you went through all the pain and everything. And then the people that lost their loved ones, it's a healing process. It was healing for me, and I didn't even write a chapter. Just doing this and remembering how my husband suffered and how his suffering ended very
Yeah.
quickly.
Well, we had some people that passed away. We had Maria Garza, who was a really good friend for so many years. I loved her dearly. She passed away this year. Latina lost her mom. And let me give you their names because we honored them in the book. Raquel Ramirez, you're going to meet the Carlos and the Ramirez tribe. They're going to come on today at 9:30, so you'll get to meet them. And maybe not all of them, because some of them are working, but they were all authors in the book. All the siblings were authors. It was amazing to see them, to see their chapter. So her name was Francine Branch, so we're honoring her too. Latina, we're writing her book, so her book is going to be coming up really soon. And then we had, of course, your dear husband, Billy D. Ward, that we're honoring. And we're going to honor all of those people that you lost. If you lost a loved one, like put their names in the comments. Give us their names so we can name them, so we can say a prayer and we can keep them in our hearts. And in my next book, Sexy After Cancer, I will honor them in my book if you post people here in this comment of anybody that you lost, so that we can honor them and hold that space for them, because they need to be remembered for generations to come. And that's exactly why we're writing this book, because it's not about today. It's not about tomorrow. It's not about our story, but it's about our generations to come. We want to live but we want to leave and we want to lead a legacy for generations to come, for those, our children's children, that might not go through COVID like we did, or not go through cancer, but they might go through something similar and they're in dark moments. And we want them to read this book because it's going to outlive us, and they can have that aha moment and they can say, oh my God, if they overcame this, then I can do it too. That's what we want to do.
Yes.
So we want to honor your mom, Louis Swindle, and grandfather hero Ronald A. Mitchell. They both gained their wings due to cancer. Yes. Oh my goodness. You know, it's like when I was writing, like I wanted to honor also like my grandmother and there's so many people, but it's like it's so hard to remember everybody. So know that we're keeping you in our hearts. And and we have acknowledgments for people. So thank you from our bottoms of our hearts. And you have to go back and watch all the interviews. Like we mentioned, Tamara and Dawn just came on. Tomorrow we're going to interview Dr. Michelle Moss. She was going to come on the show today, but we were delayed because we have so many amazing stories that it's so hard to stop. My sons, Diego and Jorge Vasquez, were interviewed. They didn't have cancer, but they shared the chaos or the journey with me. Jeff, Kate, like we said, remind me, Dr. Randy.
MJ Tolan.
Yeah, Tolan. Like you need to listen to him and read his story. Like he will make you laugh the whole time.
He's hysterical. Yes.
He's hysterical. He will make you laugh. And then we had Helenique and we had Iwa. Eva, right? And it says, did our show make onto the page? Yes, it did. Yes. So we're going to forward it to the page, but it is on my timeline, Tamara. So go back and watch it. And I know it's like a whole day and you're thinking, really, I don't have time for this, but make time and then go back and watch it. At least it's going to be up and going. So you have every day. If you're like me, that we drive like an hour away every day, you have time to listen to this. So go listen. The stories are 15 to 20 minutes. This one's a little longer because I'm trying to introduce everybody and talk about everybody's story. We have also Laura from Spain. We have Amelia from Norway. Who wrote a story also. So you need to go and read the story.
And the good thing is, if you listen to these, excuse me, interrupted, but if you listen to these, then you read the stories, you can put a face and a voice with these stories. It'll make it even more real to you guys, because this is just not words on a page. These are real people that you're going to get to meet. And that's so amazing.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly. We're still away from bestseller status. So we need your help. We need you to go buy a book, maybe not one, but maybe several, because it's like I said, it's like not even $3, guys. So go buy it, because 1.9 million people yearly will be diagnosed with some type of cancer. And you will be able to help give hope to somebody else through our stories, through our videos. We're asking for you to share, like, go buy, and comment.
And also, we would love for this book to be a bestseller, because then Amazon will promote it more, and people that haven't seen this, our interviews, will find the book and also be inspired by it. So we want everybody to read it. Yes. And we know that it's going to be a limited number right now, but if it becomes an internet bestseller, Amazon will promote it. We need it to be promoted. It's an amazing book. And you ought to see how beautiful it is. The formatting is also, as far as the stories, it's also a beautiful book. One that you'd be proud to show and gift to anybody.
And we're going to make it in color. Like we were going to do black and white, but we were like, no, it's too pretty for black and white, right?
And you will see why when you see the pages, why it has to be in color. You will see. So buy it so you can see that.
Yes, buy it. And then we will sign your book if we have to.
Yes.
the ebook, of course we can, but you can get as many ebooks as you want right now. The paperback should be coming out very, very soon. You're going to see it being launched also. So again, thank you, Dr. Randy. I love you.
Love you too, honey.
Tamara, Carlos, and the Ramirez tribe, Amelia, Dawn, MJ, Michelle, Wendy, Jeff, Jorge, Diego. Who am I missing? I don't want to leave anybody out, right?
Helen, you haven't mentioned Helen.
I love
Helen's
you,
in Cyprus. Helen's in Cyprus. She's
Helen
another one. Yes.
Cyprus. Yes. So you know what? Everybody needs to read these stories because they're amazing. Yes, you're going to tear up a little bit. We teared up a lot.
Yes.
We teared up a lot because we kept reading the chapters to edit and making sure that everything was good. But you're going to laugh.
But for the survivors, we smiled at the end because they're here to tell their stories.
And
for the families that lost, they're moving on. They'll be okay.
Yes. And we're not only telling the story, but we're telling people how we overcame the chaos. We're giving them tips. And we're really speaking to the reader, you know, and in a way that it's not boring. You know, it's really engaging. Yeah. So Tamara says she's bought many, and we need to get these stories in many hands. Absolutely.
Yes.
We need to get them in many hands. Some will make you laugh too, she's like. Yeah, well, she read the book already. She read it before it went out live. So here's the thing. Buy the book for centers, oncology centers, so that we can put all these books in these oncology centers, and people that are going through chemo, while they're going through chemo, because we sit there for 6 to 8 hours, they can actually read the book and they can gain hope.
Right.
And then let's contact some Rotary clubs, Chamber of Commerce clubs, so that, you know, they have money that they're looking to kind of give to associations. We want them to buy the books so that they can put it in more hands, right?
Right.
And
gift a couple copies to the library when the paperback comes out. You know,
absolutely.
I mean, put it everywhere.
Yeah.
And tell the librarians to promote it. Just this is your act of kindness to help people with cancer. I just finished writing a 5,000 word chapter on acts of kindness. So this would be a great act of kindness, guys.
It is.
And and acts of kindness are good for your health. They might even keep you from getting cancer because you're healthy.
We're always looking for ways to be of service. So this is the best way to be of service, because a portion of this will go out to cancer. You know, I'm very passionate about children, and every Christmas we do toy drives. Like, we collected a lot of toys this year, and then we gave them to children that are in the hospital. And they give them not only to the patients, the children patient that have cancer, but to the family members that are coming in and seeing them. So what I found is that some children are going through cancer and they need organs. So I was thinking, the Alive and Beautiful organization is thinking of donating money to some of these kids that need some organs to fly to some other country because they don't have it in their country.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put this video. Give me a minute. We did it. We did it. It
Yes.
was like 2 long years of writing this book and trying to
Yes.
find the right authors to share their message and their story. And it's out today. It's out today. And Dr. Randy, you really helped me make the magic happen.
My pleasure.
We always need other people's wands in order to create magic. And we have amazing, phenomenal co-authors that have their individual wand. And all together, we're going to create magic, because we're going to be in the hands of millions of people that will gain hope and inspiration to keep going no matter what. It doesn't matter how strong or how hard the struggle is. What matters is that you keep moving forward. And like John Maxwell says, if you fail, fail forward, like fall forward, and then get up and keep going. And if you can't get up, then find one of us or find someone who will help you and get you up. My sister Lourdes was here a few minutes ago, and she and my sister Blanca would actually literally, would pick me up and feed me and take me and help me get into the shower and bathe me and dress me. And sometimes we need that. A lot of people see me and you think I'm strong, and I've always been strong, but for 7 years I wasn't. So I'm tearing up again. So I'm sorry, but I truly, truly mean what I say. And I'm truly hoping that we touch millions of lives and we give them hope, so that you don't give up. Don't give up, because we love you. Libraries love it. Yes, Tamara, libraries will love it. Sorry, my dogs are happy too. Tamara's saying we have a service hero inside. Yes, we do. Along Comes Hope, an amazing nonprofit for children. And you need to connect with Tamara. She has chemo buddies. So
Chemo Buddies for Life. Yes, I'm a member.
For life. So connect with her. And her show went on, when was it? Tuesday? Yesterday, right? I don't know my days anymore. I lost them right now.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah. Yes. Sunday. Her show went on.
Sundays, yes.
Let's Talk. Fabulous show was
right.
Sunday.
But on Friday, she has the Chemo Buddy for Life show, where private members get to go, and we just share our feelings, have a good time, we laugh, but it's not open to everybody. You have to join in, and it's a very amazing group of people.
Yes.
I love them all.
So connect with Tamara. Here's her cb4l.org, so that you learn more about chemo buddies, and then connect on her show, because it was Sunday, and most of us showed up and did interviews on her show. And I will have my radio show is going to start really soon. It's a live studio. Like, yay, I'm so happy. Where hopefully I can bring some of them live to my studio and I can interview them. And then there we can sign books and we can have so much fun, because we are going to have like a live party lunch. Like, I love parties, so wait for that. And then you are invited to come and join us. So again, thank you. I know it's supposed to be like 10-15 minutes for most of the people or the co-authors, but I took a little longer because I really wanted to introduce them all and talk about the amazing stories that they did. Now here's the link for the Let's Talk Fabulous show. Well, it's time to say goodbye, but I'm not going to say goodbye forever, because at 9:30, Carlos and the Ramirez tribe will come on live, and you have to meet them. They're amazing. They're telling their story. Yes. So they're not going to be the last. Tomorrow, I'm going to interview Michelle, hopefully Wendy, and Helenique will be on live tomorrow. So
and like your boys, the Ramirez family were young kids when they lost their moms. So they do different perspectives from different age groups of how they reacted to her mother's cancer and their death. So it's a very interesting, but emotional, heartwarming chapter.
Absolutely. I knew Raquel Ramirez. I was Raquel Gutierrez at the time. I was young, maybe 14 when we met. And so we go way back. And it's interesting on how we both had cancer. And she, for about 10 years, what do you call it? she
Was
was
in remission for part of the time.
remission. Yes, there you go. She was in remission. But we'll tell you more. I'm not going to tell you her story.
Yeah.
Now you have to come back at 9:30. So
Exactly.
thank you guys. Thank you all. Thank you, Tamara. Love you. Love everybody who's watching. Go buy the book and celebrate with us. So thank you. Kisses, hugs to all. Love you, Randy. You are amazing.
Love you too.
Sister forever. Love you. Bye.